Welcome, welcome. Hi, everybody. I hope you guys are having a safe and happy week. Thank you for joining, taking some time out of your life to come and listen to another true story with me, Cherry Wiens. Okay, so I hope everybody has their drink, whatever you're having. If you're working and you're just listening, that's totally fine. Sheila, thanks for joining. Hey, Dana. I'll get that right one of these times. So, okay, we're going to get started with another true story. So, welcome everybody. And for this particular story, I've changed the victims' names just to preserve their identity and keep that private. Again, this is kind of another story like the abusive charmer, the one that makes it all seem to be that you're doing a good thing for him or her, whatever your partner relationship is. And yeah, we're going to start this off. So the lady's victim's name that I've given her is Sharon, and the perpetrator, I've given his name to be Dr. Bob. Okay, so Sharon had been in a few serious relationships, but she was sort of looking for a more mature partner to make a commitment and enjoy life together and build it. So she was a flight attendant, and she enjoyed her job, traveling, taking care of herself, sort of nutrition wise, mind, body, and soul, and absolutely loved her cat. I'm sure we can all relate. Let me take a sip of my coffee. Ooh, hot, 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 hot. So on October 17th, she decided to call doctor's office. He was a nutritionist doctor, and she wanted to meet with somebody professional, get some blood work done, and just make sure that she was staying on top of her, health and stuff, right? So she calls this doctor's office and makes an appointment to go and meet with this doctor. He was a great communicator, made a lot of sense. He was very intelligent and empathetic. Being a nutritionist, they sort of built like a little bit of a connection. So she started what many of us are aware of is a program for nutrition to sort of detoxify or clean out your system. So this was an 8-week program that she was consistently seeing Dr. Bob, and they sort of developed a little bit of a connection, right? She knew that he was married, and at the end of the 8-week program, he was always very talkative, always very sweet and kind, and then suddenly he was very quiet, like to the point that she was asking herself if she, in her mind, like, did I say something wrong? Did I offend him or something? Is he okay? Um, Turns out he took a long pause to tell her that he is falling in love with her, and he wants to spend his life with her. And she's like, but Dr. Bob, you're married. And he proceeds to sort of tell her that they are almost divorced. So she starts dating him, and he was just super sweet. I mean, all kinds of wonderful treatments, flowers and picking her up at the airport, and kind gestures that showed his genuine sincerity, that he really cared for her. After a year of sort of being together, Dr. Bob and Sharon, sorry, decided to move into a place together. He, like I said, was very charming, and, brought her flowers and things like that. One New Year's Eve, they had decided to spend it indoors. They were going to just hang out together inside. And he went out and like bought all these streamers and balloons and champagne and food and set up the whole place to be a really nice, fun night in. And they laughed, and they just enjoyed each other's company. One day when they were cooking, she started to notice this odd, like OCD compulsive type behavior. She's the type of person that, and I'm sure as many of us are, you're cooking with something, you're using a utensil to cook with something, you put it to the side because you need to let whatever's cooking cook a bit longer. You come back and you use that spoon or that ladle or whatever to continue cooking with. But she would put hers down and he would pick it up and go clean it, wash it, and put it away immediately before she was even finished cooking. So she'd have to go back out and get it and like continue using it, you know. So she found that to be a little bit odd, but she wasn't really going to be too, picky about it. Um, he just seemed like a bit of a germaphobe, a little bit obsessive, right? When she would go to work, though, she started to notice behaviors of like he just couldn't really be alone without her. He didn't trust her when she was going on her flight attendant trips and stuff. One night she was sleeping in her hotel room and he calls her in the middle of the night and he's freaking out because he's saying that she's there with another man and that he knows that she's there with another man, that he heard him answer the phone and he is just freaking out on her. She tries to explain it that maybe it was just that he called a different room, that she was literally just sleeping there by herself, nobody else was there, and he didn't believe her. So she literally canceled her trip in the midst of her flight and went back home to deal with what was happening between her and her partner. And by the time she got there, she was met with an apologetic, super sweet, kind man who was just over the top sorry about how he treated her and what he did and how, what he said and everything, and that it would never happen again. And, he was very remorseful. He says that he wouldn't have acted that way if he didn't love her so much. A red flag, right? Right away, red flag. Then she started to notice that he couldn't go anywhere without having to check the knob on the door like 7 times each night. So he'd turn the key, check the knob, unlock it, turn the key, check the knob, and make sure nobody could come in, right? That was what he did 7 times every single night. Now, she quickly sort of realized like something's not right here. And she also noticed that when he drank, he became a completely different person, like really, really volatile, and very jealous over really nothing, like nothing to be jealous about. Um, Very insecure, as I said, couldn't handle her doing her job. Um, He's seen her one time with her coworker who happened to be a male flight attendant, but he was gay. And, he accused her of having an affair. And she was like, he's gay and he has a partner. And no. And, he was flat out sure the man must just be bisexual and they for sure had an affair. And I mean, she was just blown away trying to, figure out how to sort of please him without him freaking out on every little thing, to the point that she starts, turning away hanging out with people. She's turning down flight jobs. She's slowly becoming more isolated and away from the people who actually care about her, right? She'd go for lunch with her friends and stuff, and she'd come back to the house and he'd be like, where have you been? Where did you go? Don't tell me that you were gone for lunch for 2 hours. You couldn't have been gone for lunch for 2 hours. Where were you really? And it was just like little bits of these controlling things, casting doubt on like everything, right? Making her feel like it was her fault. Like I said, slowly and alienating her from her friends and her family. And due to her not wanting to upset him or anger him, she was trying to please him. Christmas party that they had attended was all planned, and Dr. Bob was going to have non-alcoholic wine. He had sort of admitted that he was going to leave the bottle alone and really focus on his relationship with her, and he was really apologetic. And Sharon was at the point, well, if you're really apologetic, well then you're going to drop the drinking kind of thing, right? So this Christmas party, it was already planned that he was going to have non-alcoholic wine, and they made sure to have that for him. Yet he had switched out the wine in the bottle of the non-alcoholic and put alcoholic wine inside of there. And of course, his complete demeanor changed. And she saw that. She knew that he had basically, he was drinking. She knew. He became irrational. He saw a coworker touch her on her arm as they met to say hi, Merry Christmas, and they gave each other, a little hello greeting, and he just took it to a whole nother level, calling her a whore, and she tried to laugh it off and say, like, you're sick, like there's something wrong with you, you're sick in the mind. But he was convinced that she had allowed this man to touch her breast, but when in reality the man's hand was on her arm, it was nowhere near her breast or chest. And he clearly had a huge problem. When she called him sick in the head, he freaked out and went and grabbed his gun and pulled it on her. And he was like, I'm sick, and he's like pointing the gun at her. And I mean, of course she's petrified. She doesn't know if he's going to fire it or what. So she goes tearing up the stairs to go and lock herself in her room. She puts a dresser in front of the door so that she could just barricade herself. And doesn't he shoot 2 shots through the darn door, scaring the life out of her? She hid in the closet until like way later, like hours and hours she hid there until she thought he was asleep and done and not drinking, and she could come out. And so she comes downstairs and he's sitting at the table, still angry, still drinking, still holding the gun, and he's pointing it now at her cat. And he's like, I'm just going to shoot your cat. And she was just scared all over again. She literally just picked up her cat, went out the door, got into the vehicle, and drove to San Francisco. Like, she just left. She picked up and left and was like, I'm out of here. I'm going to go start my life over. She rented an apartment, left everything behind. Here it was time to start over and forget about Dr. Bob, right? All of a sudden, one day he calls and he convinces her that he's given up the booze. He convinces her that he's given away the guns, and that is just not something that's ever going to happen again, and how he just can't live without her and he needs her in his life. And he convinces her to go back. So she did. This time they decide to pack up everything and drive north. They went through Gold Beach, Oregon, and found an amazing cabin in the woods. There were sandy beaches and cliffs and scenery. The house was old. It was secluded and isolated, and the nearest neighbors were literally miles away in either direction. So, honestly, if that would have been me, just saying, I probably would never have gone into a more secluded place with somebody who had already, done some pretty heinous things, right? So the first Christmas in the new house, Dr. Bob proposes to Sharon and she accepts. So May 1999, they're doing gardening when she, left him to go and clear some bushes. There was a path that had overgrown that led down to the beach area from their cottage home there, and she was going to go and clear the shrub. And so she had left him. She noticed that he seemed to be being really distant, though, for some reason. Like, he was just off or odd that day for some reason. Another sip of my coffee. So she proceeds to go and clear the bush. Like, this is, she lets him do the flowers. She's going to go clear the bushes. And she's gone for a few hours doing this. It was no small feat. She's using a knife and she's cutting her way through there. She comes back hours later when it's dark out, and he's sitting by the bonfire, and she notices a large bottle of wine that was beside him that was half empty. She ignores it, not to trying not to make a big deal out of it. And he, as she's walking past him, she says, I'm going to go take a shower. And he's like, wait a minute, where are you going? Come here. And he grabs her arm and, he looks her square in the face and he says, you're going to die tonight. And she tries to pull away her arm and get away from him. And, she's running, and he grabs onto her, throws her to the ground, and starts punching her in the head. And, repeatedly. She's screaming for help, but of course, there's nowhere nearby that anybody's going to hear that. He proceeds to drag her into the house and ties her up to the bed and brutally rapes her for 2 hours. As he's going to the bathroom, Sharon realizes that she can wiggle out of whatever he's tied her in. She describes having heard what she can only describe as God's voice inside of her saying, "Go now." She had to go right past the bathroom, though, to get to the door to get outside. So you can imagine how petrified she was after having gone through hours of brutality with this man that she loved and was supposed to be able to trust. And here he's, completely brutalizing her. So she listens to that inner voice and she runs. And she's completely naked, going all the way, running to the neighbor's house miles away. They open up the door, of course, and, call 911 for help. And she's just fearfully hiding in the house, not sure he's going to come looking for her to kill her, basically, right? So the police arrived to help Sharon, and they did. But of course, by the time they got to the house of where he was completely gone. I mean, he had literally vanished. He disappeared. Not a trace of any money, not a trace of any cell phone, not a trace of any identity, not a trace of any license, no GPS, no nothing. The guy just flat out disappears, completely freaking gone. And they're baffled. Even when you run, someone's name, you're going to see, even if they've never been in trouble, you're going to see that they actually exist. Yet they couldn't find anything on this man. Literally disappeared into thin air. One day out of the blue, she gets a letter in the mail, and it's Dr. Bob trying to apologize and come back into her life. So she terrifyingly calls the police, and they inform her, that she should move from the Gold Beach area and change her name and start over somewhere that he does not know her, and nobody knows her, kind of thing. So she did just that. She literally moved to an island, changed her name, and did everything in her power to protect herself. 8 years go by. Dr. Bob had disappeared off the radar, only later to find out, though, that the man was literally only 100 miles away. But we'll get to that in a minute. So Sharon, fearing for her, Dr. Bob is going to kill another woman. She may have escaped. She may be safe at the moment or whatever. But what if he moves on to another victim and, he marries again and he hurts somebody else? And well, didn't her fears become exactly that? Dr. Bob proceeded to change his name into another alias, and he married a beautiful woman that I'm going to call Leslie. She knew nothing of the doctor's past. She had children who knew nothing of the doctor's past. He was just known as the nutritionist doctor, kind of thing. He was very well-mannered. He was very polite. He was, he seemed like a reputable person on all sides type thing. But her children, Leslie's children, quickly sort of realized something was odd. Something wasn't really quite right with this man. But they had been dating, and eventually decided to get married. She had been going through a divorce, and the divorce settlement was coming in, and she wanted to use that money to set up a new business. And she thought that this Dr. Bob, which he had changed his name at that point, his last name, but basically, she thought he would be a great business partner. Like, let's go on to work together, kind of thing, and open a business together. But the people that were closer to him noticed, that he had this darker side to him where he just literally hated people. He hated people. And for somebody who's a doctor working with the public, well, you really shouldn't hate people. But, he was charming on one side and yet really like mean and scary looking, and dark, deep eyes that were fearful. And they just didn't know what to make of it. One night in 2007, Sharon had a nightmare that she describes, that she felt that, Dr. Bob was literally sort of right outside her door. She didn't really know what the heck was going on, but it was enough that it woke her up out of her sleep, and she knew that something was happening. In the meanwhile, in upstate Washington, where Leslie and Dr. Bob are having their life there, Leslie's frantically calling for a friend of hers to come over because she just saw a news article that Dr. Bob is wanted for rape and attempted murder on his ex-girlfriend. And, so she privately goes off to the other room in the bathroom to hide herself there and calls for her friend to come over and help her just because she doesn't know what's going to happen. But, now she's realizing that she's literally sitting in the house with a murderer, he attempted to murder her with a heinous man. So her friend comes over, and he comes into the kitchen to find Dr. Bob drinking and very upset. And he says, like, what's wrong? What happened? And he says, well, Leslie, said something to me that was very disrespectful. And, it really angered me. And so Leslie's now coming into the room because she can hear her friend is there. And so I guess she's feeling a little bit safe, right? That it's okay to come out. Dr. Bob ends up leaving the kitchen after describing how angry he is and what his reason was, which, was ridiculous. He comes back in the kitchen with a pistol gun, pointing it at Leslie. He orders her to her knees and proceeds to shoot her twice, killing her. Then he turns the gun on her friend and shoots him in the face, but he didn't die. Like, he survived it. So the man who got shot, who's on the floor beside his friend now, is like he's wondering, like, if he's going to finish the job and shoot him again. He is conscious that he's conscious, like, but he doesn't know really what's happening, but he knows what's happened, right? So he decides to kind of lay there a little bit and not really, move too much. And he hears Bob leave the room, but come back. And he thinks for sure he's coming back to finish the job, and he hears another gunshot, but then he hears Bob's body hit the floor. He hears him breathing, a dozen or so times before he, stops breathing. So he's now very aware that he's killed himself. So her friend is trying to get to the kitchen phone. It's on the countertop. He's crawling there to try to get there, but he can't see anything because of the blood. And then, having been shot in the face, he can feel like his teeth and all kinds of blood and everything in his mouth. He finds the phone, but he can't figure out how to dial 911 because he can't see it. So he's pushing all the wrong buttons. He ends up losing consciousness on the kitchen floor. He ends up waking up to, like, birds chirping. And so he decides to gather his strength and pull himself up out of that kitchen and go out the door. And he hears somebody open their door, and he says, help, like, I need help. And this man, the neighbor, was like, oh my God. Like, so he calls 911, and help comes. Now, luckily the man survived, but Leslie died. Now, the incident where Sharon had sort of felt like Bob was at the door was probably when he had killed himself and his spirit was kind of leaving. You know what I mean? So the police, of course, come and help and save the people who were wounded, the man, and saved his life. And then, upon doing, a search of the house and a search on names of all these people involved, they figure out that Bob is the person that, was wanted in the other state for the incident with Sharon. And they further find a backpack that has a lock on it, and it's full of all kinds of different identities with the picture of Bob, but with different names, all these different aliases. So of course now it's they've figured out why they couldn't figure out who he was or where he was and why he was able to drop off and disappear like out of thin air. So sadly, of course, Sharon still felt an enormous amount of guilt at the fact that Leslie lost her life and she had two children that she left behind. So she thoughtfully wrote like a letter to her, for up above, and spent some time reading it. And it was really, really touching. But I found it, like so sad that she was so apologetic because they were both trying to sort of fix a man that, couldn't be fixed, who clearly had two sides to him and was very, very ill. So it was really, really a sad situation, but ultimately Sharon survived, and so did the friend of Leslie. And, maybe they have met now. I don't really know that part of it, but the fact that the friend who came over to help her, to help Leslie, he survived getting shot in the face. Sharon survived almost getting killed by this man, only for him to, ultimately commit suicide. But absolutely crazy, brutal type of story. So, yeah, I just definitely wanted to share that kind of inspiring thing because you know what it is? It's the abusive charmer that's really getting me. Like, we need to spread awareness on this because so many of us go into relationships where you do want to please your partner, but when it becomes to a point where you can't make a decision or you can't make change your mind on something without you getting punished by your partner or something like that, that's not right anymore at all, and it's not okay, and nobody deserves to be treated like that. So I definitely wanted to spread awareness on this because this whole abusive charmer thing is just scary. So we need to be more aware of it. There's a lot of people in the dating world, and I just really wanted to spread awareness on it. Okay, let me check some of these comments. Let's see. Wow, we've had lots of comments. Truth Seeker, Stacy from Massachusetts. If you're still here, welcome. Glad to have you. Hey, Gigi, I look pretty? Thank you. You're so sweet. Hello, Sam Clemente. Meg Ryan, thank you for the compliment. You're so sweet. Tracy Loven, hello. Michael Mastis, hi. Trees, hello, hello. Hey, Soul. And then we've got Heather. My friggin' Wi-Fi is out, so my data is moving like a snail. Aw. Hello, Bonker Bonker. Thank you for the compliment. So sweet. Hey, Burr. How are you doing, Terry? Yeah, well, apparently he had, this disorder where he constantly had to check the yeah, it was a seven time. He had OCD and he had different mental issues, it sounds like, and insecurities. I think that's a big killer whenever you're in a relationship if you have insecurities. Although that being said, if your partner is just going about normal life, going to work and coming home, I mean, like you can't be like, I know you're having sex at the office, you know? But yeah. I just really wanted to spread awareness on this kind of stuff. Hi, Sammy B. Yeah, the jealousy red flag for sure. I mean, everybody gets a little bit if you're purposefully doing something to make your partner jealous, yes, that's normal. You're going to be jealous. But if you have a relationship where you trust each other and you talk with the public, especially if you're somebody who works with the public, I mean, how can you avoid not talking to somebody? I mean, it's just a given. So if you have somebody that's always barking at you, I know you're doing this or I know you're doing that, and that's really not what you're doing, like don't even waste your time, like obviously that's a red flag. Hey, Jennifer, how you doing, girl? Hello, Alma. Yeah, but yeah, that's true truth seeker too. They hate being called out on their behavior. Exactly. Well, and if you really want to get to know somebody, tell them no about something that they really want to do or that they really want to see or something like that, right? Tell them no and see how they react. Hello, Lil G. Thank you for the hearts and the compliment. So sweet. Thank you, Soul. Hello, Farhan. Hello, Melly D. You guys are so sweet with your compliments. Stop. You're so sweet. Hello, SSL. Hit the thumbs up. Heather Lane loves the choker. Thanks, girl. Decided to keep it simple today, It's just straight up, just a black whatever. plain Jane outfit. Hello, Cobalt. Taurus, that's Percy. What's up? Yeah, I don't like the charming abusive type partner. I find that to be, really worrisome, ladies. So, and gentlemen, like, just let's pay attention to stuff like that. If you get to a point where you can't make your own decisions anymore, or you're going to get in trouble from your partner for making an off decision or something, like, I don't know, that might not be something you even want to waste your time in. Hey, Chica, how you doing, honey? I was just watching. Grace, her mother and baby were found in Canada. Yes, I did hear about that on the news. That was in Calgary, Alberta. And I was like, oh, at least they found them, and it was relatively quickly, but sad that this is happening all over, right? And it is happening all over. Murder, suicides, good and bad people everywhere. It's everywhere. Hey, Sparkles. Aw, haven't seen you in a while. How you doing, girl? Hello, Georgie girl. Yeah, these stories about the charming abuser is really just something we need to spread awareness to all of our young people about. It's one thing to do something to please your partner, or to wear something that pleases your partner. It's a completely different scenario if you can't make a decision by yourself without your partner getting in your face, or you're fighting, or it's like, World War III or something like that. Yeah, of course. There's crazies all over. Canada is no exception. It's everywhere. So, but it was pretty, I haven't looked into that story, but I did see it on the news. So it's something I want to look into for you guys. But yeah, there's definitely some crazies out there. You got that right, girl. Unfortunately, and the thing that bothers me the most about it is that they're so normal looking. They don't stand out horribly, or have some weird feature that, you know, that make them look like, oh, that's a bad guy. You want to stay away from her. That's not a sane chick. You want to stay away from her, or whatever, right? Hey, Tracy. So we were discussing a story. I chose to change the victims' names. Heather's having problems with Wi-Fi, technology issues. But I chose to change the victims' names because I really just wanted to share um, the story in the fact that these charming abusers make it seem as though you're doing a good thing for them, but it's slowly changing and alienating and mistreating, and the apologize, I'll never do it again thing. Watch those cycles, folks. You want to be aware of how people talk, what they say, if they're mumbling anything underneath their breath, if they're joking about hurting you, if they have any issues, substance wise, mental illness wise, whatever. I think in this day and age and in the dating world, these charming type abusers are just dangerous, and we need to spread awareness about it, you know? Hello, welcome everybody that's popped in on the other stream. That's awesome. Thanks for the thumbs up. Much appreciate the online love, folks. 3 Chi-Chi 420. Love it. Hashtagging. Hello, hello. Welcome. Well, the thing is that if you're going to go out with strangers, you want to go into a public place. You don't want to, put yourself into an enclosed place with someone you don't really know. Excuse me. Bye, Heather. Her stuff's not working, I hear, though. She's having issues. You married when Sparkles? Yeah. I'm glad that's not happened to me. I'm not going to lie. But you know what? It doesn't hurt to do background checks on people these days. It doesn't hurt to, um, you know, even go solo dates. You don't actually have to date anybody. You can still go out and have a good time. Yeah, meet them, not ride with them. Yes, I agree with that, and I've even been guilty of doing that myself, meeting somebody and you believe that they seem like a genuine nice person, so you get to the vehicle and go for a drive, right? But definitely be careful because anything bad could happen at any moment. Why somebody in the world would want to risk their own freedom of getting arrested and caught to go to jail for something heinous that they've done to another person is beyond me. I really don't understand that. But hey, to each their own. And as I've said to you guys before, if something bad's going to happen, no matter how much we protect ourselves, it's going to happen. If it's in the cards, it's going to happen. You got to just ask for the strength to be able to deal with it and overcome it, right? Hey, Hamlet, how you doing? New message. 3 Jero 123. Welcome. I would met Dunkin' Donuts. Truth Seeker says, yeah, coffee shops are a great place to meet somebody for sure. No. What happened? So, what happened was a really normal thing. A woman, in her 40s decided she wanted to find a mature man to date. She happened to meet this nutritionist doctor. Although he was already married, he expressed that they were getting divorced. They ended up starting a relationship and eventually moving in together and eventually getting married. But, during all of that, it was found out that he had some mental illnesses that probably perhaps weren't even diagnosed or, medicated on, it seems. And, they proceeded their relationship, but it got volatile and violent at certain points and pretty brutal, like raping and holding her at knife point, tying her up, and absolutely brutal, punching her in the head, in the face. Nobody deserves that. And, eventually she escaped him only for him to go under a different alias and carry on life with another woman that he eventually killed her, deeply wounded her friend. And, although the first woman survived, the second woman that he ended up meeting did not. And unfortunately, the first woman even feels really, really heartbroken that even happened, that she couldn't successfully get him caught so that he couldn't hurt another woman. But he ended up doing just that before committing suicide himself. And, it was found out that the man had many aliases and, you know, um, do those background checks, folks. It really pays. It really doesn't cost very much. Honestly, there's some sites that's like $15 for unlimited searches. So, check out these kinds of things and look into people that are interested in you so that you know who you're really dealing with. And if you can't figure out who you're even dealing with, well, look at it for exactly that. No matter how perfect they sound online, they may not even be a real person, or they may be somebody who's really heinous, and they have to cover that up in order to get to you. So let's be aware and cautious. And he was a lot older. He was 60s when he died, when he had killed himself finally. But not before getting away with a bunch of heinous acts, and that's just the ones we know of, never mind what other women he dated before what I named the victim to be Sharon. That's not her real name. I chose for this particular video to withhold the real names and the real dates and the real, places. So. But definitely a scary situation because he was a charmer. He did everything right. He pulled out all the chairs. He opened all the doors. He did the whining and the dining. He did the complimenting. He did everything right that you would check off on a list when you're looking at a partner. He was, intelligent. He had a career. He was a nutritionist as a doctor. I mean, on all accounts, he looked like a very well reputable person, only to be completely deceiving, everybody, and living this double life. And he was heinous, brutally raping and, holding his partner at knife point and stuff, like unbelievable. And so, like, I mean, like I said, like he disappeared. Police couldn't find him, even though she was married to, what she knew as this Dr. Bob. And like I said, I changed the names, but they looked for him and they seriously were baffled themselves. Like, where the heck is this person? He should have some kind of record somewhere that he's breathing, and there's existence of this person, yet they couldn't find anything through any searches on any databases anywhere. So, no, I don't think she knew his family. I don't think she knew his friends. These are the dangerous ones. Yeah. Well, it's nice to have somebody that's charming, but if that ever turns a page into not charming, into rude, into violence, into controlling, into jealousy, that's when you need to be like, you know what? See you the fuck later. I mean, don't let anybody mistreat you like that. And we need to spread awareness to everybody about it, because people shouldn't be charmed into this type of behavior. And if you're not even aware of it because you've never been through it, maybe hearing of it, you'll be like, oh, I recognize this. This looks like that. And they might save themselves. Thanks for hitting the like key, guys. I appreciate the support. If you do enjoy, the conversation and spending time here with me, throw up that like sign. I really appreciate it. Yeah, from charming to psycho, time to leave. Don't let the emotions of the sex or the good times or the good memories or the good gifts or the good treatment woo you or sway you into going back and potentially risking your entire life for what? Right? For a partner? I don't think that's worth it, and I want to tell the entire world about it so that anybody going through something like this out there might hear this and save themselves from this. Money is a very, very huge reason that people stay in these kinds of situations, and also status, right? If you're with somebody who's a doctor, but he's punching you in the face, I mean, it's just sad, nobody deserves that kind of treatment, but you know what? Like, in all honesty, ladies, like you could go through something like that and make a book about it and become rich off that and not even need him for any of his money, just having lived through it. Save yourselves, get out of it, do something with your story about it, change his name, whatever, because you obviously don't want a lawsuit for slandering, and reap the benefits in that way, right? Because you're not going to reap any long-term benefits going back to somebody who's abusive like that. The only long-term thing that's going to happen is you not being here. And like, let's face it, I'd like to save as many people as we could. So, spreading awareness, raising awareness, however you want to look at this, I believe it's important for us to talk about this. Hello, 30 Glen O. Welcome. Yeah, especially if you have kids. Tracy says, I'm single, not currently dating, but it's a good idea to do a background check on someone you're considering to date. Exactly. Absolutely. People are so much more aware now, thanks to the videos such as this. In my day, no one knew. Yeah, no, nobody knew. And you thought it was, and even the people around you, the people that are seeing your partner treat you like a gold gem on a pedestal, and you're just the most important. They're envious. They're like, I wish my husband would do that, or I wish my wife would do that. Meanwhile, they have no idea what the heck is really happening behind closed doors, Hey, Tambra, how you doing, honey? You went to the vet? Nice. My cat stopped. I was like, yay. I prayed actually for him to be healed. I really did. I was like, Lord, just take this away. He's sick or something. And the next day he was all fine again. I think it was actually puddle water, to be honest with you. Drinking the puddle water outside was not healthy. Which I don't know why he does that, but after it rains, he goes and finds puddles. So I have to watch him when we go out and not let him do that, because it will probably give him, some type of bacteria or infection. Do they have background checks in the UK? Of course, absolutely. They're just websites. There's all kinds, like Been Verified. What's some other ones? I'm just going to Google background check sites. I just can't remember any of them off the top of my head. So People Finders, Instant Checkmates, Intellius, Been Verified. But I mean, do your due diligence, as in what do you get for how much that you're paying to find the site that's going to give you the most information on the person, and how many searches you can do. If you just go into a site where it's $29.99 and all you get is like 10, searches or something, you might want to choose to look for a site that's a little bit of a better price. Yes, you have to love yourself enough to know when to get out, or to know when that is even mistreatment. Um, if you can't change your outfit without your partner punching you, there's something wrong with that. Been Verified is one of the websites. Yeah, it's a really good one actually. Neighbor's cat does that. He comes here and drinks puddles. Yeah, no, and I don't think that's really healthy. I have two watered things I use for my animals that I constantly change into fresh. And I also put ice cubes in there because they're just spoiled. They just are spoiled. Two kinds of food. Hello for Bale Fits. Sorry. So, and then recently I was talking with Valerie Ogle on comments in my newsfeed about the reporting of abusive situations and stuff that you see. The old saying, that everybody around the world, probably has heard one time in their life or another, is when you see something, you should say something. But that's the motto that's sort of always been known. I'd like to change it and add one more link to that. See something, say something, follow up some. So, meaning that you're going to call back and check and see if something was even done or followed up on, or they actually went to go and check on the person that you made that call about. So I'd like to sort of change that saying to see something, say something, follow up some, so that people are aware that people thought back in the day, right, that you say something, okay, it's out of my hands, I've given it to the next person. But if we're hearing about stories where child protective services and child and family services are being called, yet they're not even going out to check on the children that are in trouble, you know what I mean? Like we have to almost take that onus back a little bit and follow up some on the calls that you make sure that something was actually done and checked on, and continue to be persistent, right? So I'd like to change that a little bit, if you guys want to hashtag that, about child abuse, you know, about that saying. And we shouldn't just leave it at see something, say something. There should be some follow up on that, One of the things with me, Tracy says, was the guys I dated I have known since junior high school or grew up with. My second husband I had known since I was 13, my first boyfriend back in the day, so very comfortable, and he was wonderful stepdad to my kids. Well, something happened, right? Obviously, because you told me that you were single, not dating. What happened, Tracy? If you want to share, feel free. Know who you are really with. Yes, Gigi, exactly. But I mean, that's why the background checks are important, right? Hello, one Scott S. Welcome. I'm just going to heat this up a little. It's gotten a little chilly on me. No, not right now. You guys aren't having any more wet food for lunch. You can have your dry food. Good boys. No, you're not having wet food. No. Sorry, guys. "24 Arsenico Can't say your name. 3 Marlboro B. Welcome. There's another one. Hello, for bathwater connoisseur. What is my favorite Halo? Well, I don't have one, sadly. Oh no. No, I really don't actually. Sorry. I feel bad now. Like, I don't know, I don't have one. Seriously. Oh, just one sec. We're not going outside just yet. Get. Hi. Okay. Hi. Yay.
Okay, whoops. I did a little doodle in the signature box. There we go.
You're going to sign it for me?
with my hand.
Okay. No, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
Oh, thanks. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thanks. Sorry. Interruption Central. Sorry. Very sorry. Just sing my apology. Hey, Kara. Hello, Shady Lady. And Katrina. Welcome. Welcome. Violence has no age limit. That is so true. And I just really can't get over the whole charmer abuser thing, like that they just wait long enough that they think that you're so, emotionally attached and care so much that you're going to stay through the crap, or the bad treatment. That's really not cool or nice, Hello, Pisaco. Is that supposed to be Picasso? You're a cook? Welcome, cook. Emily E. I look gorgeous. You're so sweet. Thank you. You're so sweet. Mary MC. Aw, you too. You guys are so sweet to me. Thank you so much. It's always nice to have a compliment, right? It's always nice to feel good. Somebody tells you something nice. But like I said, this whole charming abuser where everything starts out super nice and it's just, roses and gold and all kinds of amazing treatment. The moment that changes is the moment that you should walk away. I mean, once there's a one time, there's guaranteed to be another time. And nobody deserves to be mistreated like that, I look marvelous, darling. You're so funny, Lisa. Thank you, honey. I took somebody's advice to put some lipstick on and, grab my drink and come and have some chitty chat. You love the lipstick color? Thank you, Sister Millie. Thank you for the compliment. It's kind of a mixture of coral and the red. So I was playing with colors today. Chitty chat. I was thinking about doing something with my swearing, how I have my what the fiddle, cheese and rice. I was thinking about doing something with my little, swear sayings that I have. I wonder how many people would be interested in that. Same for my husband. He passed away 2 years ago. Oh, Trace, is that what happened? He just passed away and that's why you're staying single, hun? Most of the sites do give you a 7-day trial for free. Yeah, for like $1. That's true. Yeah. I think it was last year. There was a woman, I met a guy on a dating site. There's plenty of fish. I can't remember. I'm not sure. Chopped her up. She had 3 kids. Holy, that's brutal. I don't really do the dating site thing, I don't like back in my day, you guys, the online dating world, it wasn't a thing yet, to be honest. It was phone stuff, It It was the phone dating world. Thanks for the compliment, Katrina. You're such a sweetheart. Love the lips and hearts. So sweet. Do I think a man is 45 or 50, never married? Do you think that is a red flag? No, I don't think that's a red flag. I think it's good to be picky about who you marry. I don't take personally, I don't take marriage very lightly. That's not something I've ever gone into. I've been engaged a couple times, but um, it, I just don't want to rush something like that and end up stuck in a sense, you know? I look ravishing in red. You're so sweet. Oh, you guys want to see something really nice in red? Check this out. This is beautiful. Let me put it on for you. It's so gorgeous. It gathers in the middle. So, so cute. Honestly, I love it. It's the cutest little jacket ever. Huh? Huh? Honestly, I love the jacket. And it matches. But yeah, I love this jacket. I got it literally for like 20 bucks. So cute, right, Katrina? Love it. Just love it. And I love being coordinated, it just all fits together. Life is too short to not wear red, right? Now I would just love to find the perfect shade red shoe to go with the jacket. And then I would do like a nice black or a nice white outfit with the pop of the red. It would just be so sharp, super sharp looking. Such a gorgeous coat for 20 bucks. I mean, oh, such a steal. It was a find. Now, it wasn't the find of all finds, mind you, but it was an amazing find. Hey, Yvette. Salut, ma belle. Comment ça va? Yeah, or a purse that would be cute too. But I mean, if you have a red on red, it really doesn't show very much. So, for coordinating style, if I had a red jacket, I would probably do a black purse, and then do a red shoe, but I'd have like a black pant. You want to break it up and let the pop happen, like pop and then pop and then, pop. Just keep going down the line. Pop, pop, pop. Just kidding. You know what I mean? Red is my color. Well, some days, yeah. I don't know. It looks expensive. I love stuff like that. If you go for rich colors, you're going to get that expensive type of look. You know what I mean? I do look great in red. Thank you. Sounds like a war. Holy, that's not how I meant the pop. Sheesh. Hey, I hear you. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're just crawling in my coat? Silly kitty. You know I love you. Yes, I love you. I just hear some scuffles. I'm like, what are you doing? It's crawling around in a jacket. Because I didn't want to take too long to grab it, so I just put the jacket on the ground and grabbed the red one to bring and show it online. Black dress, red jacket, or like a black and, because I kind of have the black and black going on, right? So it breaks it up with the red. Please hit the like. Yeah. My outfit of the day, right? I got something in my eye. I can feel it. Black outfit, red shoes, red lips. Yes, but I have to find the perfect red shoe. And that's a problem with red, because it's a problem with almost any color, actually. But red is really hard because when it doesn't match, it's quite noticeable. So I'm really picky. I won't just grab any red shoe. And I haven't been able to find the perfect one yet. So but it's definitely something I want, a pair of red shoes, Just hit the like. Yay. Oh, you were already divorced? Oh, okay. I love clothing shopping, but I'm a thrift shopper. To be honest, it was kind of instilled right from young. Um, and I was always one that had like champagne taste, but like a beer budget. So, it's thrifting for me, and I find all like the name brand and sharp looking clothes at significantly discounted prices. Cause like, let's face it, broke bitch style is not that bad. And I can pull it off pretty good. Right? My hair looks full, thanks. It's just washed, so the curls aren't as predominant from higher up, so street creed, right? There you go. Yeah. Hey, get along, please. No yelling and screaming and fighting when I have this on. Thank you. You will find it when you aren't looking for it. Yeah. Yeah, I'll find it when I don't have any money or something on me, Like, are you kidding? Just kidding. You always have to have an emergency shoe fund, really. That's in your necessary pile, Just kidding, but everybody loves a good shoe, right? Anil E says, I was in a relationship where I always ended up apologizing for his abuse towards me. He was such a narcissist and manipulator. So glad I got out. It's been 7 months, and only now I see how I was abused. Right. He turned black and white. White, black, and made me question everything. These people are the scariest. I would rather stay single forever. Yeah, I kind of hear you on all that. I'm one of those people that likes to just have a whole bunch of friends, but to be honest, putting my heart out there for love, it's going to take that special kind of person that's going to be able to convince me that, we're great together or something, and that, like, I don't know. I don't really see it happening, but I'm also not completely closed off to it, but at the same time, like, I'm the first one that's like out the door at the second that I feel like there's some kind of inconsistency, or I just friend zone everybody. Like, that's just my thing, And because I've always been somebody who's dealt with the public, like, honestly, um, it's better to just have the friends, because jealousy is something that's predominant all around us, and it doesn't matter if you're in a same-sex relationship or a heterosexual relationship. It is there. It depends on the person. So he still contacts you. Yeesh, that's scary. I'll be changing my number. Yeah, well done on getting out. I know. Anelli, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Sorry. Awesome when someone has the nerve and courage to get out, yeah, of those kinds of relationships. Yes, exactly. So often you find people that are staying because they're believing that, it's not going to happen again, and that their partner really does care about them. Aw, I'm so glad you have like a warm, fuzzy feeling where you are, Inel. That's so sweet. Yeah, you have to be careful. Yeah, especially if he's still contacting you. I would want to sever that completely. I would want to, completely sever that kind of contact, change your number. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry, guys. I needed a bathroom break so bad. You love my hair color. Thanks, Trace. You're so sweet. Smart lady to recognize danger. Yes. Oh, thank you, Adrienne. You're so sweet. I don't think you should do red shoes with it. No, that's okay. You're entitled to your opinion and you're entitled to share it here without getting jumped all over. Can't say that about a lot of places around here, can ya? Oh, super cute. No, that's okay. In all honesty, I've never been able to find a red shoe that has that perfect color red, and the perfect like height and the perfect shoe, you so it would be a minor distraction to the coat. The coat is the star. That's cool. I never really thought of it that way, but yeah, that's true. Yeah. But what if you go somewhere, like say it's a restaurant, right? And you're taking your coat off, then you no longer have any red on other than the lips. So if you have a red shoe with that, that would be really, really cute, don't you think? If your friends don't mind, then they all need to block his ass. What? I did change my number, but he contacts my friends through Facebook, sends love letters to where I work. Oh my goodness, girl. See if you can't do something to nip that in the butt, whether that means that you need to share with everybody your fear of this person and that you're not comfortable with him contacting you, and letting your friends know that you don't want them to give him your information. And then if a friend goes and does it anyway, well, then I would consider that person not a friend. But try telling everybody, listen, I don't want this guy contacting me. I'm trying to get away from him. I don't want the letters, return to sender. Don't read them type thing, and let everybody know that this is an issue. Because if I feel like, if you don't and it goes too far and nobody knows, like, it's a possible, like, almost unsolved type case, right? So I would say something to somebody so that they know your fear. Jealousy is everywhere. People I have met, friends, some family, are jealous of me being me. And I just don't get it because I'm always kind and complimenting others, never jealous of anyone. I've been jealous in the past. I can relate, but it's usually because there's been a reason that that person wasn't honest, or something that they did do. They cheated on me in the past or whatever, and I didn't appreciate it, and my trust was broken. And, once that happens, well, good luck getting it back, right? So if you try to carry on in the relationship and there's no trust there, of course it's just going to be fight after fight after fight, you know. You have to put your foot down. Yeah, if you are afraid of him, yeah, you should definitely say something. Put your foot down, you're right, yeah. Your clothes limiting? You're cute. That's okay, Adrian. Adrian paid for her opinion. You're funny, Sparkles. Hello, Johanna. Susan's Art and Soul. Look on Amazon or Etsy for acrylic leather paint. It works great. To paint shoes. Interesting. I never thought of that. That is an interesting do-it-yourself little idea. I'm pretty, like, creative with do-it-yourself stuff. Like, I built my own ring light. Love my little ring light. I'll have to try that sometime. Yeah. Do you have to use that on a darker shoe, or on a lighter shoe, or could you use that on a darker shoe? Like, it would be really hard, wouldn't it, to change a shoe to red? The maker of the coat is actually just Susie Shear. I don't know if you guys have that store in the States or not. I'm just going to grab my water, you guys. Sparkles, you're going to try it? Okay, so do you have to do it on a light shoe, or could you do that on a dark shoe? Who wants that negative energy around anyways? Yeah, exactly. I'm forgetting about my other platform. I'm so sorry. Arsenic Go. You've stuck around though, so clearly you don't mind what you're hearing, I guess. Clearly you're enjoying it. Oh wow, look at all those likes. That's awesome. Pat myself on the back. Aw. No, that's really cool. Thanks for the support. I like the thumbs up and the likes. It shows that people enjoy spending the time with somebody. They enjoy what they're saying. I would never forgive cheating ever. Yeah, exactly. I've tried, but it's usually not successful. Once that is gone, um, yeah, it's just too difficult to overlook and continue on, you know? Crime Media Network, love the eyes. Just looking at me. The ring light is awesome, right? You know what? I did use the ring light when we did our special live at 9 at night. I actually stood it like almost right in front of my computer, well, right behind it. In fact, you could see the two clips for a while, actually, before I finally realized and moved it down. Or I mean up. Jeez whiz. It depends on the type of cheat for you personally and how good the relationship was, Sparkle says for her. Interesting. If you paint your shoes with acrylic, don't forget to cover it with a clear in case splash water. Okay. Dry cleaners do it for bridesmaids all the time. Can't be too expensive. I didn't know that, actually. Interesting little fact for sure. Love your hair. I made a water fountain very cheap. It cost me 15 pounds. And that's with the wood trellis stand that you made. Wow, that's awesome. Good for you, girl. This group becomes rather addicting. We are on our own little support group. We discuss everything. Yes. Yeah. We really do. There's really no limits to the kind of questions that you can ask around here, to be honest. Yeah, it's pretty laid back, right? You can almost ask whatever within reason, using common sense. Oh boy. You love the ring light, Lady Shady? You made a water fountain? Yeah, it is super cool. I enjoyed it. Like, you know, it was really cool to do. Light colored shoe will take the color dye. Sorry, I meant clothing lunatic. Love fashion. That's okay, Adrian. No, she's a clothing lunatic, she said. Chica. When the trust is gone, yeah, they're well. I think it's only a matter of time. Like once that trust is gone and you try to go back and do it again, it's only a matter of time before you're dropping it again and you're cutting it off and you're saying, "No, I can't do this," you know? Chico with your eyes. Good chat. Yeah, yeah, it is a good chat. We enjoy each other's company around here, and everybody's welcome to sort of express themselves how they would like, as long as they're being polite and cordial. You can't start, F-bombing and attacking somebody on the chat. That's not going to work for any of us around here. Too funny. You'll be back, Hamlet? Okay. Made a planter box. Your water fountain lights up. That's cool. Neat. Any newbies, if you love it here, Sherry is very appreciative for her subs, does an amazing giveaways. Yes, those are really fun. They just warm up my heart to like send something off to somebody and know that they're going to get a gift in the mail. Who doesn't like getting a gift in the mail? I love getting gifts in the mail. So if I like it, I'm pretty sure other people like it too, You love the chats, Tracy? Nice. You get caught up in them? Yeah, you don't always get caught up in them because you're busy. You're working and stuff too. You go. Angelus leather paint, 1 ounce red, $5.66, free shipping. Whoop whoop. But like, I wonder if it's even the right red. That's my big problem, you guys, is that there's so many reds. Good luck trying to get it to match. I mean, that's my problem with red, is trying to get those reds to match. Trying to get that lip that matches the jacket, that matches the shoe, is really difficult. It's true. You love prizes? Yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's not really a prize, but I get what you mean. Who doesn't love, to get a little gift in the mail, to get something nice that's not a bill, just for you? But yeah, I really enjoy that. It kind of warms up my heart. It was really fun to do the jewelry giveaway to the kids. I hope that they get a lot of good use out of, the jewelry we gave to them. But I mean, I kept like a couple pieces and I gave you guys a couple pieces, and like all the way around, it was a really fun thing to do. Yeah, the trolls don't really come here to waste their time. They see that they get no feedback, that they're just X'd as soon as they're like coming through the door almost. My mods are really good. Oh. Haven't been here. Denise says that she had neck and spine surgery, then got the flu. Oh my goodness, girl. I'll pray for you. Seriously. Well, see, that's the problem, Truth Seeker, is trying to get those reds to match. I have to almost see them side by side, because there's some that have tinges of orange. There's some that are, rich. They have tinges of purple or dark, like, So there's so many different shades of red. You almost have to have the two products right there to be able to see if they actually match. That's my problem. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't find anything that would match. You loved winning the bracelet, Denise. I'm so glad you like it, honey. Full garden lights up, Shady Lady. That sounds beautiful. Trimmed shrubs at the fence, warm lights. Aw, that's so pretty. That looks so like oasis relaxing. Like, aw. If she loses that red coat, we know where to look. You're funny. Sherry's not going to give up her costs. Or you mean my coat? You guys are funny. You have to know how something hangs and fits on you before, you actually buy it or bring it home. I've found a lot of issues trying to shop for certain clothings and stuff online. Certain items, that are forgiving materials, like Lululemon or something like that. You can totally buy something like that online because, like, even if the sizing is off because you're getting it from, it's maybe not even full Lululemon, it's something else and it's from China or something, but that it's going to stretch a little bit type thing. But I have had issues ordering some clothes that are just way too thin, they don't hang right, they don't fit right. I have a very curvy figure. So, I mean, to find something that the waist is smaller on, but the hips and the butt part is big enough on is sometimes tricky. You got to try a few things on. So, yeah, I've had issues trying to shop online for clothing, to be honest. Yeah, some are close to that burgundy, like that deep, deep red. Yeah. See, that's what I mean. Lululemon is just tights, like sweaters, tight. It's a athletic wear, I guess you could call it. Athletic wear would be a really good way to describe it. King shavers. Aw, thanks. Sculpted to perfection. You're so sweet. Well, thank you. That was an over-the-top compliment. Very appreciative. Thank you. Very nice. See, I've never heard of our dry cleaners or bridal shops doing these kinds of things, but I've never looked into it either. So perhaps now, that I'm looking for this kind of a red shoe that I actually need a place to go with my jacket, I might actually have something here close by I can go and check out. You guys are so sweet. Your compliments, seriously. Call a couple of bridal stores. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I bet you I could call around, to a few. But what is it called? Like, is it called shoe dyeing? I guess I could just ask them. I'm looking to change a pair of shoes from one color to another, right? Garage sales are affluent neighborhoods, usually a gold mine. Yes, exactly. Yoga wear. Yes, very, very much so, Chica. Very calming, helps. Created a magical garden, very therapeutic. No kidding. I wish I could do that in my backyard, but I live in a building that's like, other people live here too, and I can't just do that. It's not actually my property to change, but it would look so pretty. I've never heard of the D Sears, no, or Series. They've got all kinds of paint. Okay. I love yoga wear too. Who doesn't, right? It's super comfy. So you might be able to get away with ordering some kinds of things like that online. But if you're looking for something to fit, just right, you're almost better to go to a store where you can try it on. Rummage sales, that's the same thing as garage sales for sure. Totally. Tracy, you're so sweet. I love the hearts. Thank you, Gigi, Tracy. Yeah, no, I've never been a size 0. Honestly, are you kidding me? Yeah, okay, I was, but that was when I was born. I started developing at a very young age too, so yeah. A store where the artists go, different paints there. No, we don't have anything like that I'm aware of, Joanne. Yes, and they understand warm red, cool red, etc. They will get you exactly what you want. Yeah, I would probably bring the jacket in and just get them to, show me the red or whatever, or just leave it with them and they could match it. Try eBay for shoes. Yeah, shoes are all right to buy online as well, but I remember silk cloth shoes that can be dyed. The vinyl have to be painted. Yeah, but I don't know. I've seen painted shoes before. They don't look very great. Be great to meet a shoe designer, huh? Now that would be cool. That would be so cool, right? Like, here's Tambra. We got What's Up. She's creating makeup If we had a shoe designer, I could design a shoe. That would be so cool. So ask if they do it. If they do, bring your beautiful red coat with you. Yes, yeah, exactly. You don't seem to have Lululemon? Where are you at again? I thought you were just in the US, Sparkles. Maybe Lululemon is a Canadian brand. I don't know. I've never researched their, business motto or their mission statement, so I don't actually know. What's TOFL? Lululemon is ridiculously expensive, yeah, but not if you're thrifting. You guys all know about the marketplace that's on Facebook because a lot of us have all visited there. It's, shops around you, people that are selling gently used items. I buy all my Lulu like that. I have never paid for a pair of Lulus at $160 or whatever they are with tax. Like, no thanks, can't do it. So I buy my stuff gently used and it's still great and it's still Lulu. That's some smart shopping. Somebody was comparing reds yesterday. Summer reds, winter reds, yeah, almost burgundy. Yeah, and then they have orangey type reds, which I don't like as much, I like the deep red, dark deep red. Hello, 21D Stoned. Welcome. And 4 Leprechaun app. Welcome. Thanks for the likes. You guys are great. I love the marketplace. Seriously. Like, I have the cutest Lululemon sweater that I bought on this marketplace thing for like $10. $10. Like, seriously. It's gorgeous. It's white. It's beautiful. It's kind of like an off-white, As we're talking colors, there's a million shades of red, there's a million shades of white. But it's gorgeous. It's one of those really flowy type. I think I've worn it once or twice, even online here for you guys. I told you guys it was my favorite Lululemon sweater. She loves trolls. Yeah, I don't mind the trolls as long as they're going to be decent, right? If they start like getting out of hand, it's like, whoa, hold up. Wait a minute. Tracy, you buy stuff there all the time. You have the Lululemon in the USA? I thought you would have. You have to be careful with painting shoes, otherwise they could look tacky. Yes, exactly. That's my whole, that's my whole reason for maybe not even wanting to try it. Screw it right up and it's just going to look like the worst pair of shoes, I mean, it's one thing to like bling out your shoes and gem them up and stuff, but when you're talking about changing the color of, the material, that's no easy thing to do, right? Nice. Roll on the floor, laughing. Okay. I gotta go help mom. Yeah, we're almost wrapping it up here, anyways, Lisa. Yeah, I say that all the time. You're cute. Didn't have your glasses on for the ROFL. Oh, my neck and back are just killing me. Oh, nice. I got a bunch of new fans. That's cool. Super cool. The last time I was like telling everybody where I was streaming and stuff, things started happening. So I decided not to reveal that. So plus then it grows your audience genuinely, right? It's not just the same people that are going to go over and look at that streaming and, you know, that site, right? I've got you guys and then I've got a few other streaming sites. So makes me feel more productive too. Red is energy, really good for depression. Yeah. Well, I didn't know that, but thank you for sharing that. It does actually kind of cheer you up, you know, just makes you feel a little bit. Don't really know how to explain that, but there you go. It's a good thing we've got video so you can see me. You don't do that social media site, Gigi. You're heading out, Hamlet. Okay, take care. Have a safe and happy week. We'll see you again next time if you have some time. Oh, da, 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 da. Well, it's already getting on 20 to 4. Does anybody have any questions before we leave each other? See, I don't mind a red painted wall. I think it's actually really sharp. It just depends what kind of room it's in, you know? Like in a playroom, it would be super cool, super fun, you know, to do an accent wall or something. Or if you're gonna, maybe your bathroom or like an entryway, that's another really good spot for red. So yeah, moi aussi, j'ai besoin de faire ça. J'ai faim. Hello, Peter Mayer. Hello, For Leprechaun, you're back. 21D stone likes my choker. It looks fancy. It's really not. TOFL, the official French laundry. Interesting. I guess that was a guess. It's funny. Who won the red coat? You're funny, Gigi. How do you guys even know that it would fit you properly when it got to you? That's the problem. That's the thing with clothes. I can't really give away clothes because, you know, it might not even fit properly or something. Do you know how bad of a feeling you would have if you got something in the mail that was a beautiful gift that you were waiting for and you were so excited and then you go to put it on and it doesn't fit? Do you know how disappointed you would feel? Like, I wouldn't want to do that to anybody, to be honest. I think we should all pick out our own clothes and, we might be able to be like little fashionistas and give each other advice and stuff, but to, swap clothes, we'd have to be like almost identical sizes and stuff. And that just probably isn't the case. I don't know. I have a really big butt, trying to fit that into clothes and then give that to somebody who's normal shaped butt is just not, doesn't look the same. I knew you were kidding, Gigi. You're funny. Super funny. Love to see a video about the recent case with the mom and baby in Canada. Yeah, I'll look into it, you guys, for sure. He was caught relatively quickly. Like, I think within a day, I think it was like 24 hours or less than he was already, arrested. So thank you, BB. Amanda, doing great today. Yes, not too bad. Keeping my head up, being positive, It's easy to be down and depression is hard. It takes a lot of energy to just push forward and be extra happy no matter what, that I'm feeling super sad or down inside in my heart. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment, Amanda. But if I focus on that kind of stuff, then it only makes me more sad, That's why I was going to do my life story today, but I kind of started jamming it a little too much, and I really don't really want to leave anything out, and within reason, yeah, but I gotta say, no matter what has happened in my past with my family, I will always love them. They're my family. They're my parents and my brothers, and they'll always hold a special, different place in my heart. And not having a relationship has always been something that's been very difficult for me. And them being okay with that has always been something really difficult for me. So basically what I need to do is just learn how to stop, whining and complaining about it and just carry on and live life, because it's like you guys have said, the family members or the people that that are closest to you, they don't have to be your blood. The people that you have closest to you can be your family without being your blood. So high five. If we would all wear sarongs, we could swap. Yeah, no doubt, eh? Yeah, exactly. Sarongs are not flattering for all figures either. On the other side, we won't remember these pains of the world. Sorry, I'm all into near-death experiences. Yeah, that's true. That's how come I say some of the things that I say about, the other side being it's going to be really great, once we get there. But I also believe it's not it shouldn't be our decision as to when that is, when that happens. You're funny. It can eat you up. Ouch. Oh. Yeah, no, definitely depression is not an easy thing to deal with on a regular basis, And definitely not focusing on it is probably a positive thing to do frequently. Yeah, it can definitely eat you up on the inside, that's for sure. He used to have a similar red coat to that one. I like it too. It's very nice. Hello, 3 Tunis. Probably should have done that a long time ago. Oh well. Amanda, do you color your hair? I love your hair color. You have stubborn grays coming in. Well, gray hairs are the first ones to wash out color. They don't hold color. So that's kind of the reason why I chose to stay blonde, because I have so many grays that are in my hair, you guys, but it blends and it just looks kind of blonde, right? So this is actually, I color my hair like once a year and it's usually just highlights. And this is honestly like 20 years of, hair highlights, sometimes low lights, sometimes, you know, thinner, chunkier, variation every time, so that it breaks up the look. It would literally cost somebody probably hundreds, if not close to 1,000, to go from like a full dark into something like this, where it's just so many different strands and colors of blonde. But, I always went in saying I wanted Jennifer Aniston's type looks, so the highlight that she had, that's what I would go in and ask for. And, every time it would be just a little bit different. So, but the grays I find blend better in the blonde, to be honest. I look very classy in the coat. Aw. Yeah, I try to be a classy lady. I try. Sometimes sometimes my mouth gets the better part of me, but and my emotion. Yeah, our weather is really good here too, actually. Yeah, if you're gonna try to color, just go with a blonde color, but do the highlights, right? Because it'll just eventually keep mixing and mixing and mixing. If you do a solid color, you take away from the different colors, right? So always just go with the highlights, right? As soon as you do the one whole head, one color, that's when you're a little bit, stuck with it, right? You might as well just start from whatever color you're at now and just start adding blondes each time you do it, But I literally only go and get my hair done like once or twice a year, I don't deal with change super well on some things, But actually, maybe that's not necessarily true, actually, but I think when I was younger, I was very much like that. Like, yeah, there was something that happened when I was a teenager with my hair, and it was literally like devastating at the time, I don't think I'm necessarily like that anymore, actually. My mouth too, no one's perfect. Yeah. I'm such a strong personality that if I start swearing in what I'm saying, I completely sound like a biatch, not gonna lie. Like completely. Like a sailor slash trucker or something, You'd be like beep 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 beep. Like for real. Oh boy. Some ladies, the darker hair looks really good on. Like Laura has gorgeous hair. She just looks like this goddess. Like she's just beautiful, honestly. One of my mods that she's just busy with family and stuff, but she's gorgeous and her hair is just jet black. She just added in like some like highlights in the front recently, which looks so super cute. She totally pulls the look off really well. And some girls look awesome with dark hair. I don't think I would be one of those people. Like to have black hair would make me look too pale. I don't think it would look good, you know. Classy in the streets, freak in the sheets. Yes, exactly. Dank Williams, you're funny. Yes. That's what my hair is, blonde with gray coming in. You bought color. Yeah, I would just do the highlights, you know, and keep doing highlights because the more you add in the highlights, the more it adds the different dimensions of depth, right, to your hair. Excuse me. Dank. You're allowed here. Don't be like that. Hello, Sovereign. You are back. Back in full effect. Hello, 30 Glen. Othello. I am from Canada. What weird noises? I was imitating bleeping out swear words when you're talking. So, bleep, 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 bleep. My hair is beautiful. Thank you, Khalid. Thank you. Aw, thank you. Thank you for the rose. Much appreciated. And the heart and the thumbs up. Thank you. That's awesome. Very nice of you. Hope all is well. Yes, all is well momentarily. Yes. We are on like 4 cups of coffee. We are flying. Just kidding, but you know, we're good. I like swearing fluently, but I don't like swearing fluently, but I do sometimes. Yeah, yeah. Your hair's the same length as mine? That's cool. I'd rather use this channel to use in chats. What? I'm not sure I understand exactly what you're trying to say. Hello, Rob. Team again. Welcome. Thank you for the thumbs up. That's so great of you guys. Seriously. Thank you. Hello. Aw, thanks for the hearts, Gigi. You're so sweet. Who doesn't love cappuccino? Well, maybe there's some people that don't love cappuccino. Chat seem messed up? No. I'm streaming on two streams, so double duty, you know? Yeah. You are Dank Williams? Get out. Why do you come in on 2 different names then? Don't do that. What are you doing? Are one and the same. Yes, exactly, Chica. Oh, you think that they mean it's great for chatting. Oh, okay. One Mehmet. No, not in Ontario. And more central. Yes, I am one and the same. Why? Why? You're funny. Cracker Nut Cakes. Nice name. Love it. That's awesome. Oh, you guys, I really have to take a bathroom break. Like, give me like a couple minutes. I'll be right back. Not even a couple minutes. Sorry. Takes a bathroom break and then grabs another coffee. Hi, Tom. For a friend, you're cute. I have no idea. I really don't know the answer to that. But hey, I'll tell you what everybody tells me when I don't know the answer to something. Did you Google it? Google it. It's too funny. Hello, Jonas. Welcome. I tried. There were picks and spiders. And you got scared? Just kidding. I got the coffee if you got the time, right, Gigi? But you guys, in all honesty, I really think that we should spread some more awareness on the charming abuser and the see something, say something, follow up some. You know, I really would love for everybody to hashtag some of these things, you know? Have a live stream channel and then an upload channel. Gorgeous day in Cali. Nice. Thanks for all the likes. You guys rock. Seriously. 29 Cam, welcome. I'm telling you, that Southern Butter Pecan cream is amazing. Oh boy. You use the Sovereign for doing live shows? Interesting. My back. What does that mean? No, I've got bulging discs all throughout my neck and back, and in all honesty, that's awesome, Kara. It bothers me like 24/7 all the time. But 2 nights ago, I slept wrong and I had it like the biggest chunk of my back was just locked, like just stuck, and I could not get it out. I was literally rolling around on the floor. On the back of my shoulder here, you guys, I had rubbed it so much. I rubbed it raw. Like, I mean, there was marks on there. I think they're still freaking there. I just can't really probably even show you. Maybe I can move my thing. But I literally rubbed myself raw on the back part of my shoulder on the blade using my I have a ball that I use to help me get the knots out and stuff because my back is just always in constant freaking pain. To the point sometimes that I'm literally just crying because I'm so tired of dealing with all the pain. I'm so sick of being in pain. It's just all the freaking time. It's really frustrating. So I woke up and I couldn't even move. I couldn't even turn my head all the way to my right side anymore. I mean, I was like I didn't know what to do. I just started, like I said, laying on the ground, massaging this ball on my back, arching in different ways and cracking it. It would crack and crack and crack into different places and stuff. I eventually pushed the knot all the way up to the top, but I mean, it's still there. Like I can't get it all the way out. I don't, it's just sucks being in so much frickin' pain. And like the doctors are just like, nope, nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. You just have to live like this forever. And I'm just beside myself. Like I was actually watching a show and there was a lady on there who said she used to crack her back all the time, but looks like she had a surgery done to put her stomach sort of back to in so she could stand up properly and it wasn't straining her. And she's like, I don't crack my back at all anymore at all. And I'm just like, that is exactly what I need. But yeah, I just have to live with it for now till I can afford to do it all. Time for surgery, yes, when I can afford it. Little under $10,000. Like, come on. Oh my goodness. Oh, the Libby and Abby? Or no, what are you talking about? Sherry, did you hear of the 21-year-old Libby Squire England? Someone gave her a lift. 2 months later, they found her body in the docks. Yeah. Yeah, you don't necessarily want to be taking rides from strangers, though, folks. Yeah, talking about pain. I guess I am still alive. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the likes. Holy cow. That's insane. Much love. That's amazing. Thank you. I even see some other things. Like, thank you. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. But yeah, I just have to just save and try to get myself in for this surgery. The bulging discs are shocking. What's more shocking is that the doctors can see this and nobody's doing anything to help me with it. That's what's even more shocking. It's just like, oh, you put a like on the video. Thank you, Kara. Much love. I cannot wait for the day when I don't have to crack my neck to relieve the tension of what's building up, because I can feel it throbbing and throbbing and throbbing and throbbing until the point that I have to freaking crack it or it's going to hurt. And then I'm watching a show on a guy who cracked his neck and he pulled it and he actually gave himself a stroke. A stroke. Lost all of his speech. I'm just like, is that what's going to happen to me? I don't even have anybody at my home that if I did fall over on a fucking stroke, that somebody would be able to save me. So I'm just like, geez. Just keep living with it, It sucks being in pain all the time. I can't quit popping it because the tension builds up so much. I have to pop it. That's what happened to me that night. 2 nights ago, I saw that show about the guy that cracked his neck and had the stroke. And so I tried to stop cracking my neck. And then I woke up in the morning in so much pain, I couldn't even turn to the other side anymore. I mean, I was just like crying, and I'm like rubbing like this ball all over the place, just trying to get things back to normal. And I'm just like, why? Why do I have to live like this? Oh, God. Just give me the strength to survive this life. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, help, I've fallen and I can't get up, but that could actually be a reality for me if I crack my neck the wrong way and I end up giving myself a stroke. So I don't know what to do anymore, but I need way too much that I can't afford. And it sucks. It really does suck. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I got all paranoid. I was like, don't crack your neck then. So I really, really didn't. I really sat there and I forced myself through the tension building to not crack my neck. And then I woke up the next day and I just couldn't even move on the one side. And I was like, okay, like, obviously, if that's what's meant to happen to me and that's what's in my cards, well, then I guess it's going to happen, right? So I do see a doctor. I've been to all the specialists. I've been to all the surgeons. I've been to my doctor to the point that he's looked at me and said, there's nothing else that I can do. There's nothing else that I can do. Just wear a brace, he said. So that's what I do. It really, really sucks to deal with that amount of pain every single day. And I can't get rid of it, and I don't know how, and I'm just, oh. You guys don't understand. I've been dealing with this for years. I've been to all the specialists. I've done all the tests. That's why I told you the MRI shows the bulging discs. I don't understand why there isn't some type of procedure that could be covered for me to get this fixed and not live in pain all the time. The medications help a little bit. I do have lots, and I do use them regularly. Um, but regardless, thank you, Sovereign. It's really hard, you know. Medications are temporary, you know, they help temporarily. I literally took like 2,000 milligrams of naproxen to try to release the inflammation that had happened overnight. Um, yeah. Well, you know, the doctors here, you know, like most of our medical stuff is pretty well covered, but this type of procedure is not. So, you know, when I had a procedure that was covered by our medical, um, at that time when I was going under the knife, they were offering me the complete procedure, but still wanted like $2,500, which is a lot less than, you know, $7,000. But I couldn't afford it at that time. And now to do it all from scratch and have the anesthesiologist and the room and the procedure and everything, it's you know, $7,000, and I don't even have that kind of, you know, cash for that kind of procedure right now. So I just have to deal with the pain, and it sucks. And yeah, like I'm worried that if I crack my neck the wrong way, I'm just gonna end up, you know, laying on my floor until I die, you know? It's sad. I try to stay positive about it, but geez, you know, every single day, it just doesn't get any easier, you know? You'd think it would. Actually, the opposite's happening. The older that I get, the harder it's getting. And I'm like, oh my gosh. They can't set up a payment plan. That was something that I asked the last time I went in. And no, they require 10% of the $7,000 up front, and they expect the full amount paid at surgery date. And if you can't do that, you lose your 10% that you gave them. So I don't know what else to do. I'm just like, oh, it is ridiculous. So I just sit in and out of pain all damn day, every day. I'm just like, oh my gosh, you know, life is so much harder when you're restricted, when you are living in pain. Like everything is harder. Everything that I do is harder. And it's just like, oh, life should not be this hard, you know, at my age. But apparently, no, I've never had pain injections. I don't know what that is. Most folks don't have a support system like I do. I have a great support system online. I don't have a really super great support system, you know, in person, in reality, right? I have you guys online, which is awesome to tap into. You know, I need to come there. Yeah. Yeah, no, it really does, because the tension that happens, it creates for headaches, it creates fatigue in me because my body is extra strained to hold everything up where it should be and stuff. So I wear all kinds of garments that help hold me in, and it's Like everything's uncomfortable. Every outfit I wear is uncomfortable. I try to be happy no matter what, but it's, it's just not an easy freaking life. That's for sure. Thank you, Gigi. Makes you appreciate health. Yeah. It's one of the reasons I'm always moving around. Like I just can't even stay, completely situated in one spot unless I'm sick, and then I just don't try not to move, Here, but late start at the beginning. One day, hopefully it won't be so hard. One day I won't be in so much pain. So your own story now. Yeah, Mark. Yes, Mark Monticello. I do really appreciate all of you guys online, though. I don't think I could be as happy as I am without you guys. You do lift me up. You do give me a sense of, feeling wanted and appreciated and stuff. And that's always a nice feeling. You're always so complimented. If that's what, maybe it's complimentary to me, you're just always so sweet. So I appreciate you guys, noticing that the laughter is something that I try to push forward no matter what, because it's easier to just get down and cry about life and be, oh, poor me, but that's not where I want to live, Once you've been a victim, you don't really want to just reside at that spot. You don't really want to just play that, oh, poor me thing, Much love, Shady Lady. Then pain is worse than I have to be. When I have been active, I used to be real active when you're younger. Bulging discs affect lots of things in life. Yes, absolutely. Totally agree. The problem though, you guys, as soon as you go over to the US for surgery, it's going to cost US dollars, which is more expensive. So I don't know, you guys. I just feel like really stuck in the situation. Really, I do. Hopefully there's an end to it one day. That's all I can say. Hello, a little yellow fruit. Thank you for that invite. That's so sweet of you. Thank you. I'm okay. My neck is killing me, but whatever, I'm dealing with it. Aw, thank you for the likes. You're so sweet. You have knee replacement surgery. I can feel that already becoming an issue. My mom needed knee replacement surgery a few years back, and my knee is clicking and, it's pulling and tensioning in certain spots and stuff. So I'm just like, great, another thing going wrong, Set up payment plans. Yeah. Well, I wish I did it. I asked that at the surgeons because there was a sign there. But she says that the 10% is required up front and then the rest of it is required on the date of the surgery. And I'm just like, I can't even afford the cost of the surgery. Plan to escape about this situation. Yeah. Not a huge plan, but just planning to try to deal with it. It was actually from a car wreck. My back was hurt as a child from being hit by a car. But now that I'm older, there's all these bulging discs in my neck and back. So clearly there's an issue, and my back is more sensitive from that accident, and it's having a hard time being able to handle it. I've never heard of the TENS machine. Yes, Sovereign, thanks for picking me up. I appreciate it. Crushed corn. Yeah, no, I've fallen. Yes, I've fallen a few times and smashed my knees up pretty good. So, again, though, once you filter and factor in the costs of going to another country to pay for the surgery there, with the exchange rate of whatever country I'm going to, it generally does not add up to be cheaper. It generally adds up to be more expensive because of all the extra expenses traveling, and then you need somewhere to stay. You got to heal a little bit before you can travel back. And I do a little bit of yoga and stuff to kind of stay active. There's certain positions that I cannot hold for very long because of the tension, but I do try to maintain staying active. I have an elliptical. I stretch every day. I mean, honestly, I try, but I feel like the older that I'm getting, the harder it's getting for me to handle it. So, yeah, it seems like it's just gotten worse. And perhaps these bulging discs were a factor even, in my younger adult years, right? And I just wasn't aware of it because my body was stronger at that point and I could carry it and because I remember always having back pain, you guys, always the end of my shift, I'd ride my bike home. I'd carry my bike up 2 flights of stairs, put it in my apartment, go have a shower, sit down. And it was my back that just started throbbing and throbbing and throbbing. And it would start at the base and just go up, you know? And then I'm taking a Tylenol and I'm cracking my neck and I'm getting a massage and I'm getting my boyfriend to rub me. And I mean, I always had back pain, but now that I'm freaking 40, it's like my body's like, you know what? We're tapping out. We can't do this anymore. You're not that strong anymore. Like, that's the messages that I'm getting inside my body. Like, we can't handle this anymore. You need to do something to fix this. And it's just been so long since it's been going on that I keep pushing it off, pushing it off. Oh, I should have started saving in my freaking 20s. I would have had this paid for and done already? I have done collagen stuff, yes. Mostly for my face, though. I didn't realize that anything collagen would be helpful for the back or the neck. I've never heard of that. Ugh. You were offered it at an exercise gym. Interesting. Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, you guys, we were going through doctor's visits, specialized visits, medical testing, scans, all kinds, anything and everything that we could do, we did it. I mean, I was literally going around to different cities within my province to see some of these specialists. I don't have like a bike because I can't bike. I tried that last summer when I was dating somebody and it was just killed my back. Like, I can't bend over like that for too long. Um, the bike I can't really do. Elliptical, I'm standing, so that I can do kind of all right. But again, like anything that I'm doing is strenuous because of the pain already being there. Very, very frustrating. It's good for the joints. Where can I find collagen powder? I mean, I can Google that just to get the answer, probably. Some eBay or something. I know the bulging discs are getting worse. I know they are. I can feel it. I'm going to start crying again. I'm just like, I don't think it's very healthy to have to drink to relieve the pain, though. I mean, that's really, oh gosh, girl, I have done chiropractic for years. I did chiropractic for 2 years after I was hit by the car when I was like 11. And then in my teens, again, I did more. And then in my young adulthood, and now I've tried it again, like in my 30s and stuff, and it just hurt even worse. And I was like, okay, I'm not doing chiropractic anymore. It did not do me any good. It did not help me heal better. It did not reposition me any better. I'm still very uneven in the hips, which is causing my back more pain. I wish I could work off the cost of the surgery with somebody. That would be fantastic, you know? Like, I'll just do all your filing, all your books, all your everything for this one surgery, you know? Oh, man. You're funny, woke Tyler. Thank you for the compliment. Aw, thanks for the likes. You're so sweet. Amazing. I've never had that many. I'm so shocked. I'm just like, wow. That's awesome. you're so you're so sweet. Did you fall from heaven? You're cute. Well, thank you. You're so sweet. Yeah, I definitely did physical therapy. That it's funny that you mentioned the pool thing, Kara, because I honestly want to go and check out the cost for a membership. We do have a pool here, but the last time I looked into it, it was like hundreds of dollars for the membership. So I don't know. I don't know if they have something where you can just get a membership for the pool, or is it like all inclusive, you know? So I do want to try that actually. That's my next step, is trying the swimming to keep the because once you're in the water, you're not going to feel the weight of everything on your muscles and your bones. So, you know, if I'm getting fit in the water, when I get out, I imagine I'm going to feel better. I hope. Like, I don't actually know. So basically, I just need to try it and, you know. But the swimming thing is definitely something that I look up. The swimming is something that I definitely want to try for keeping, you know, my body in shape and, you know, staying healthy. And I would imagine that the light feeling that you have in the water would be beneficial. So it's definitely something I plan to look into. Hello, Craig's Craig. Thank you, Woke Tyler. Shady lady, there are injections in the spine which can be done last for 3 months. I've heard about these injection things, but I hear that they are quite painful. I do take naproxen. I have the 500 milligrams as well. I legit popped like 4 of them when I woke up and I couldn't move on the one side. I took like 2,000 milligrams just to try to subside that inflammation. And then I started with my ball and I started trying to work it out, you know? I know you mean Aleve over the counter. I have naproxen prescribed, 500 milligrams of it, and like legit, it's popping like 2,000 milligrams just to freaking get it out a little bit. Hello, Sammy. And I'm telling you guys, it's still there. Like I still can't get it out. I'm just living like in brutal pain all the time. Yeah, I think that's something that I heard of, but I hear that it's really, really painful. TENS unit helps. Oh. I've never heard of that TENS unit thing. I don't know what that is. Probably like an epidural. Yeah. Oh, I had 2 of those. I don't want another one of those. Oh, one of those machines that you turn upside down? No, I don't think that would be very beneficial. That is I do not need more pressure at the top. I need the pressure to go down. Like I am in so much pain on the upper. I need it to go down. After they cut off the chunk on my lower abdomen, the bottom of my spinal cord was relieved, but the entire middle and upper back was completely in more pain than it was before I even had the surgery. I was like, well, this is great. I should have just never got the surgery done at all, or waited maybe until I could afford the full surgery and pay them the 2,500. Ugh, I'm so disheartened. Is that your body gotten used to the medication and they need to prescribe something else? No, it was more like I just wanted to shock the shit out of my pain. I wanted it gone. And so I knew that the taking 500 milligram on that amount of pain on the threshold of a 1 to 10, it was legitimately at like 100. I mean, I was crying. I could not turn a certain way. I was just like, what the pain is bad. It creates for everything to be more tiresome because it takes so much more energy to do everything. Like, God. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. One day I will live pain-free. One day. Yeah, the epidurals are terrible. I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, they're great because they kill all the pain on the lower body and all the contractions and everything you're feeling. But no, you didn't make me mad. I'm just mad that I have to deal with the level of pain that I'm in all the time. I mean, it is just draining. It gets to the point that you just are freaking tired of dealing with it. I do those kinds of sighs all day long just to kind of relieve a little bit of tension, stress. It is definitely needed. It is not optional. Yet all of these surgeons here and stuff, it's cosmetic. So they're just looking at me like, no, there's no way that is what, your belly is what's causing your back to hurt. Like, which is just a bunch of crap. When you're 9 months pregnant and your belly's sticking out, what hurts? Your back. When your boobs are too big and they're sticking out, what hurts? Your back, your neck. You have tension because there's too much pulling and pushing forward. So for them to look at me and say that at all is like, whatever. Sleep fine. Enjoy your pain-free life while you leave me like this. It's brutal. I mean, honestly. It causes more tension and depression. Absolutely. Abso-frickin-lutely. I can tell the difference between the pain that's in my heart because of a painful thought or the agonizing, throbbing pain of the alert in my body saying, like, hello, we're in pain, you know? I can feel the difference. But yet, apparently, there's nothing that anybody can do unless I'm going to pay them thousands of dollars to do it. It's so damn frustrating. Honestly, so damn frustrating. It makes no sense at all. It's cosmetic. That's why it's not covered. Anything cosmetic. Like, you can't go really even into like a dental plan and expect to get cosmetic dental surgery, covered and stuff. Like, it's kind of like the exact same thing, They're just like, "Oh, you want something flatter or tighter? Pay us thousands of dollars and we'll totally do that for you." When, it doesn't matter that I'm in so much pain. Like, I'll never understand this. But my family doctor is freaking amazing. He literally sent me to every specialist, every person, every test, every blood work, every scan, every an MRI. I mean, God, the guy has done everything he possibly can, and he's literally looked at me and said, "There's nothing else I can do. Like, you should just wear a brace and hold yourself, like." It's not cosmetic because of the pain I'm in, but they're trying to say the pain that I'm in is not caused by the belly. And I'm like, yes, it is. And they're like, no, it's not. So because they're the experts and they're the surgeons, they're right. They're just right. Like, it's maddening. It just makes you so mad because I just don't have $7,000 to give to fix my pain. Like, ugh. Whatever. I'm just so freaking beyond frustrated. I'm having a hard time dealing with it. I'm not going to lie. I'm having a hard time dealing with it. And I'm really real. I wear my heart on my freaking sleeve. Like, you guys know what I'm feeling when I'm feeling it. And I really don't hold too much back, Like, I would think that it's pretty obvious that I'm not joking or I'm lying or trying to get some type of free cosmetic surgery. Oh, like, that's the impression that I get, is that they don't believe me. They think that I just want this particular surgery to look better. I mean, I already look fine. I used to be 318 pounds. I'm like 165. I'm good. But why am I throbbing? And like, why is this pain? So now, going through years of all the testing, they're like, oh, it's all these bulging discs. But just get a brace and hold yourself in. Like, I'll never understand where the logic is in that. And I strongly believe that as those surgeons, they could decide to do something pro bono, like a lawyer does. They could do something for free for somebody because they're in pain, because they can see I'm in pain. It's not like they're looking at the MRI going, oh, you're totally fine. They can see I'm in pain. So, not doing anything about it is just not really very cool of anybody. So, yay for me, Oh, it's so frustrating. It's really hard to deal with. It really is. And you know what, you guys? The last thing that these surgeons want is for somebody to figure out a way to make this kind of surgery be covered so that you could get something done like this if you're in pain. They just don't want to have to be doing tummy tucks all over the freaking place, I am way too young to be in this much pain. I completely agree. And like, there's just no way. Like, I don't care who you are. You could not even know me and just spend like a week watching videos, and you'll see, the pain, and that I can't really hold myself for very long and stuff. Like, I'm always cracking my neck. I'm always fidgeting on my back. I'm always fixing. Like it's always painful. Hello, 6 pork rinds. Count anchovy. Yabba dabba doo. Nice. Dylan, nice. I know. Yeah, pork rinds. It sucks being in pain. It's something I've been dealing with for many, many, many years. And as I'm getting older, it's not getting any easier. In fact, it's getting worse and harder. So, I was hit by a car when I was a kid, and then I was very overweight for a long time. I had a couple of epidurals, and now my back is just not able to handle the strain and tension that it's carrying. And the doctors here are telling me, there's really nothing that they can do unless I pay them to do the cosmetic surgery, that my family physician is like, this is what you need. You need this particular cosmetic surgery. And then I went to go and get that particular cosmetic surgery, and the surgeons changed the surgery and erased the tummy tuck and put in this abdominal thing, the apronectomy. And so they cut off a piece and left the rest and left my pain. And my back is in more pain now than before I even got the surgery. Like my back was always hurting no matter what. But now it's worse since this surgery. And and they want thousands and thousands of dollars to fix it. And I'm just like, oh my Lord, I can't, like, I just can't. So yeah, no, that's for sure. I definitely want to try to look into some other doctors and see if there's some cheaper alternatives or something. But it's definitely been a long freaking journey and really not very fun. I don't think anybody should have to be. I'm definitely already on CBD pork rinds. That's my favorite kind of flower to smoke, is the CBD. I don't do the oils because I don't really like the taste. I've tried them and I've tried to mix them in with stuff, but I find I just can't get rid of that taste. I don't really like it. Edibles are great. I really love those too. For the body type stone that takes away all those pains. But again, everything's temporary. It doesn't last. So, but I definitely love the CBD. I'm an honest advocate of medical marijuana. I believe it works. And I believe that the studies that they've done on, people with serious illnesses like Parkinson's disease and stuff like that, like the way that they can literally stop shaking to drink, like all because of CBD and stuff is amazing. I am a strong advocate for it. But again, it's temporary. It doesn't last. Nothing lasts, and it sucks. The pain always comes back, and it's like, when do I get to not live in such an agonizing, brutal pain all the time? I can imagine how frustrated my family physician feels, because he's the one who recommended the bigger surgery. But then when we got there, like when I got there, they changed it. You became a fan? Thank you, honey. Yeah, no, like honestly, I don't understand why they can't just do, what my family physician suggested that needed to be done. They changed it, and, they left my back in more pain after that surgery than before I even went under the knife. So, but yeah, I'm definitely going to look into um, some other type of consultation with somebody else and see if there's any kind of a better response or answer. Thank you for the hearts and the flowers and the likes. You're so sweet. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you guys, all of you guys. I know it's probably not easy sometimes hearing about somebody else's issues, right? And I don't know how many other women are out there in the world that are having back problems because of everything pulling in the front, because of our abdomens or because of our breasts being too large or whatever. I don't know how many other people are going through exactly this. So talking about it is important. You've worked in the hospital, so you understand. Yeah. Yeah, it sucks for sure, like I find that the plastic surgeons tend to have a completely different mentality towards patients and stuff than family physicians, you know? It almost seems as though they took a different oath, you know? Family physicians took an oath to help people get out of pain, and the surgeons, they took one to collect money before helping. I don't know, but I'm just like, it really sucks that these people have the power to that pain away, and none of them are willing to, maybe even eat the cost for just one person. And I don't know if they're thinking, oh, well, if we do it for one person, we have to do it for everybody or not. But like, I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know why they think this is okay. I don't know why they don't want to take away the pain. It is hard to deal with, though, for sure. Well, the Canada's health system is really good, though. Like, I mean, in my opinion, like they have really good, benefits. You can walk into any doctor's office and you don't need like hundreds or thousands of dollars for the visit and stuff. You can go and see any kind of specialist without having to pay for something, as long as it's like referrals and stuff like that. It's the cosmetic plastic surgeons that seem to have a different mentality of it. Like, we'll help you, sure, we'll help you, but you have to pay us to do that. Which is sad and sucks because not everybody has access to thousands of dollars, or not everybody can get bank lines of credits and stuff where they can afford to drop that kind of coin on one moment, and all just to take away some pain and not have to live like that every day. I mean, come on. These surgeons, I don't know. Like, there are some probably amazing ones, such as the ones that help the Break the Silence group. They are the abused women that get out of crazy, heinous situations. Audrey May Prosper is one of them that gets, free cosmetic surgery to reconstruct her back, which is awesome. She went through something so tragic, it's reconstructing her face and her arms and herself. I get it. This particular type of cosmetic surgery, like, they don't look at you like that. They don't look at you like you need it, like, they're helping you to fix something. They're looking at it like you're not happy within yourself, and so you want them to just change something about you, and so therefore they want thousands of dollars. And I mean, that's just not the case with me particularly. But try to get them to understand that I'm different or that my back is different. They're just like, there's nothing in any of my case studies or any of my school books or any of my teachings that would, show that this is the problem, that your abdomen is pulling and creating on your back problems. So it sucks. No, orthopedics is your foot, right? No, yeah, I don't think that's cosmetic. No. But, they have the power, just like some attorneys have the power to do a case pro bono, for free, do it for nothing out of the goodness of your heart to help somebody, right? They could probably do that, but, you know, I guess that's asking a little much. I guess. Hair in my coffee. Yeah, they only care about the money. I feel like that too. I don't feel like you get that kind of treatment from a family physician, or a pediatric physician. Like, you just don't get that kind of treatment where, oh, we'll help you if you pay us. I don't know, just seems really greedy to me because it's not something that I'm asking to do just to change my appearance. It's something that I'm asking to do to change pain. I want to take the pain away. I want to be able to run. I want to be able to dance like I used to. I want to be able to step so far out in a brisk walk. It doesn't matter how far out my foot goes. I can't do that right now, or I will completely throw out my back. And like, I'm the only one who works to pay my bills. So if my back is completely thrown out, well, I guess I'm screwed to try to get anything done, right? It's really, really, really difficult. Like, and like I said, these surgeons have the power. They could decide to do something nice, but they're not. And like I said, they can see the MRI, they can see the bulging discs. It's not like they're just like guessing as to whether or not I'm being honest. They can literally go and see it for themselves. Hi, Roxanne. I sound like you. I had thoracic back pain since 28 years old. Orthos are bones, joints, and tendons. Oh, I went to a ton of doctors, x-rays, everything. They couldn't find anything. And knots in my shoulder blades all the time. See, but they found something when they did my MRI. They found all the bulging discs throughout my neck and back. So, I mean, it's not like they're looking at my x-rays or my MRI scans and going, oh, she looks totally fine. That's not the case with me. So that's why it's what makes me so frustrated, because you can see. It's not like you're literally looking at something trying to figure out if there really is anything wrong. There is, and they can see it. Yeah, the MRI is just very clear as day. What is the best moment in my life? Sheesh, it's a good question. I do several things, pork rinds, not everything that I'm at liberty to share with you. Best moment in my life? Sheesh, for crying out loud. I don't even know if I can really pinpoint one. Probably, the moment where I looked at my daughter who was born, or my son. My kids aren't with me now, and they haven't been for 11 years, but, and that's a whole nother story. But I think that those were a couple of the best moments where I legitimately felt overfilled with joy. Thanks for changing the topic. Showed degenerative disc cyst and bulging disc. She recommended a pain doctor. Pain injections. I do not think that that's going to be something that I want to try. It sounds very painful. Very painful. I've experienced the epidurals. I've had two, and neither of them were good. They were very, very painful. Yeah. Something definitely has to happen. Let's hope for the best. Pray for the best. I do live in Canada, pork rind. I try to stay positive because you know what? The alternative is that you're just constantly down and negative, and I don't really want to live in that place. I refuse to be constantly negatively down. So, yeah. But we're going to try to stay positive. Yeah, well, I appreciate all your prayers. I appreciate all your encouragement, guys. You guys are amazing just to listen to me. I think that you can very much tell my sincerity. I'm really, very, very done with being in this much pain, but there's nothing that I can really do about it right now. I appreciate your guys' support. Best places to hang out is probably YouTube. Um, but yeah, I very much appreciate everybody's support and stuff. It's not been an easy journey for me. But I look forward to tapping into your support too. You guys have always been uplifting and you've always listened and made me feel good. So I appreciate that. Thank you. I couldn't do this kind of thing without you guys here to help. So so yeah, like this conversation's been really awesome and I appreciate all of your support. I thank you guys all for being here for me and in my journey and spending time with me here on YouTube and being a support system a little bit for me as well. I very much love all of you guys. So we'll definitely be back. As our regular streaming times are Tuesdays and Saturdays at 2 p.m. Central Time. So if you're available and you're able to come in and say hi, I appreciate the visit and I love the support. So come in, throw up a like or three and yeah, like enjoy. I enjoy you guys' company, so thank you guys for being here. And yeah, we'll see you guys again on Saturday for our next live show, 2 p.m. Central Time. TGIS. Thank God it's Sherry. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you again soon for video updates in between now and then. And I hope that you guys have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye.